Hello friends, in the previous videos, microorganism friend and foe, we learn about what is meant by microorganisms, their types, their usefulness, what is meant by vaccines, different vaccines available, okay, and their different uses in our lives. So in this video, we will learn the second side of the microorganisms, how they are harmful to us. So let's start. In this video, we will learn about what is meant by pathogens, means how they are causing the diseases, different diseases, serious diseases caused by the microorganisms, and different ways to check their growth. So nitrogen fixing in atmosphere we will study. So let's start how they are harmful to us and how to check their growth. So we are talking about the harmful microorganisms. So how they are harmful? Everyone is scared about the germs or microorganisms. So they are harmful by causing many diseases. So microorganisms which cause diseases, they are called pathogens. So they can spoil our food also and some cloth and leather also. Microorganisms, they can enter our body through water, our breath and food we eat. So there are many microorganisms, they can spread diseases through the agents like houseflies, then mosquitoes. So many agents are there. Some of the insects, they are spreading the diseases. Then diseases which are caused, microbial diseases that can spread from infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Now we all are experienced coronavirus, corona disease, that is also communicable disease. It is spreading through our sneezing, through coughing, and whatever droplets they are spreading, falling on the surfaces, through the touching also it is spreading. So these are the diseases like cholera, common cold, chicken pox, which are the communicable diseases. Okay, so let's study who are the agents. So there are some insects and animals which are acting as a carriers of diseases. This is causing microbes. Especially houseflies is one of the carrier which can sit on the dirty places or garbage or animal excreta, and again she will carry the pathogens, will be get stuck to her body, and whenever she will sit on the food which is uncovered, so it is advised not to consume uncovered food or roadside food. So it is, what is the reason behind it? It is the housefly, because they are transmitting this disease carrying pathogens to the food. So we should not eat the roadside or uncovered food. So again, second example is of mosquito. So serious disease like dengue, swine flu, they are also, and malaria, they are also caused by the mosquitoes. So carrier of malaria is female Anopheles mosquito. See a female Anopheles mosquito. She is the carrier of malaria, parasite of malaria. Parasite is Plasmodium and malaria is the disease caused by this Anopheles mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. Then another serious disease like dengue, it is also caused by mosquito only. Mosquito is the carrier to spread the malaria. So we should not eat or consume uncovered food. So we should take care. So we have to take care. All mosquitoes, they breed in water, so we should not allow water to collect in near our houses or wherever we are staying, that places. Here in this table you will see many of the diseases caused by microorganisms and their causative agents. So you will draw this chart or write this chart in your notebook. So diseases like tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, polio. Mostly these all diseases are viral diseases. only the tuberculosis, it is caused by bacteria through the air, and their modes are also given and their preventive measures are also given. So we have to, cleanliness is the preventive measure in many of the diseases and we should take care. So again in the second row you will see cholera and typhoid, they are the bacterial diseases. See, cholera, typhoid, so they are spreading through food and water. Hepatitis A, it is the viral diseases. All types of hepatitis, they are the viral diseases. They are caused due to through the contaminated water. So we should drink safe water, that is vaccine, boil or purified water. And vaccination is also there to avoid this hepatitis A, B, C. Okay. So malaria is also caused by protozoa through the mosquito. So we should take care from mosquitoes. We should not give chance to breed them nearby our houses. Now the next, disease causing microorganisms in the animals. In animals also, some of the diseases, they are called caused by the microorganisms. So Robert Koch was the scientist who discovered bacterium Bacillus anthracis, which is seen in the animals, anthrax disease. Okay, so it is very dangerous. It is transmitted in cattle to human also. Another disease like foot and mouth disease, it is also seen in the cattle, which is caused by virus. In plants also, plants are suffering from diseases. So we will see here some common plant diseases caused by the microorganisms. In this chart or table, you will see that side. Citrus canker, it is observed in citrus fruits. Bacterial, it is bacterial disease spread through the air. Rust of wheat, whatever rust it is seen in the wheat crop, it is fungal disease. Yellow vein mosaic of bindi okra, it is the viral disease in lady's finger. It is spreaded through the insects. So farmers, they have to use certain chemicals or pesticides. They are available to kill these microbes or microorganisms. Then the next point, which is food poisoning, we will study. So food poisoning, it is occurred through the spoiled food. Whatever the microorganisms they are present in the food, they are in some situations or climate, they are able to reproduce themselves and create the food poisoning. They are spoiling the food, they are producing the poison, and so we are falling sick. If we consume this poisonous food, we are falling sick, or it may lead to death also. So we should take care from the spoiled food. It should not be spoiled. And here are some preventive measures how we should preserve the food. Okay. So here are some chemical methods also, homemade methods also to preserve the food. Salt and edible oils, they are the common chemicals used to preserve the food. They are called as preservative. Salt and edible oils. All the oils present, whatever used in the kitchen, they are the preservatives, good preservatives. Then the chemical preservative like sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite. See here, sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite, they are used as a common preservative in the pickles. In some of the liquid foods, they are used as a preservative. In jam, squashes, mainly they are used to check the spoilage. Then there are some, here you will see some of the homemade methods used for preservation of the food material. Like a common salt is also used to preserve the bacteria, to check the growth of bacteria in amla and raw mangoes and tamarind. They are covered. So preservation by sugar is also done to check the bacterial growth. Preservation by oil and vinegar is also done to check the growth of bacteria in vegetables and fruit and meat products. Heat and cold procedure or treatments are also done. One of them is pasteurization. Whatever milk you are getting from the dairy, or from the shop, on that bags of milk, pasteurized milk is written. So what is meant by pasteurized? See here, you will see the word pasteurized. So what is meant by pasteurized? So here it is given. So milk is heated up to 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and suddenly quickly it chilled or cooled down and stored. It is called pasteurized. In this way, harmful growth of harmful bacteria, it is prevented and milk is preserved. So this was about pasteurization. And again, every day your mama or mother boils milk or any liquid, whatever curries she is preparing, she is uh, might be she is boiling it for twice or thrice in the day to preserve it properly. If your mummy will not boil the milk every day, what will happen? It will get spoiled. You might have experienced that also. Storage and packing is also another way to preserve the food. So another next part of the microorganisms we are going to study, that is my nitrogen fixation. You have seen how they are helping to use the nitrogen present in the air. Everyone knows nitrogen is present in air in at a 78%, but all the plants they are not able to consume that properly or directly. So through the lightning also nitrogen is get fixed through the action of lightning, and plants they are able to take. But there are some bacteria like rhizobium, they are present in the soil and they are able to convert this free nitrogen into nitrogenous compound, and fertility of the soil it is increased. So here you will study nitrogen cycle. So you will draw this diagram in your figure. It is very simple. Whatever the see here, it is nitrogen cycle. How the nitrogen cycle goes on? Atmospheric nitrogen through the lightning also it is converted into compound of nitrogen in the soil. Do you understand? Whatever nitrogen it is free in the air, whenever lightning happens, only it happens in the rainy season or sometimes in the summer. So that time only this nitrogen gets converted into compounds and it is consumed by the plants. So it happens frequently only. So another way here it is shown, nitrogen fixing bacteria they are present in the soil, which are rhizobium and blue green algae or cyanobacteria, which they are taking up nitrogen and they are converting it to the useful compounds or usable compounds. And see here, bacteria in turn fix the nitrogen, and these nitrogenous compounds they plants they are able to intake or absorb, and so they are taken up by plants. And whenever these plant parts they are eaten up by the animals, and when these animals this nitrogen it is removed out or evolve out from the waste or excretion or dead bodies of these animals. So first the plants will consume nitrogenous compound. These plants are consumed by the animals, and these animals when they will dead or through their excreta nitrogen is given out, and again this nitrogen is mixed up in the soil. So this cycle goes on, and again this nitrogen in the soil they are consumed by this bacteria they are converting, and this cycle goes on. Do you understand this? So you will draw this figure. So this was about the harmful side of the microbacterium and nitrogen, and we learn about the methods to preserve the food material. We learn about the nitrogen cycle in the atmosphere. So this was about the good side, good and bad side of the microorganisms. So do you understand the lesson? In this lesson we study about structure, where they live, their usefulness to human life, their bad side of the bad side of these microorganisms, and preventive measures to check their growth, and nitrogen fixation. So I will take a pause here. Thank you.